You know, we were talking about critics back then, and you sang a song about it as well. Which brings me to a sort of a predominant question in the industry today, that there's always that trap of playing to a particular kind of audience.
Yep.
And you've also maintained that the biggest sort of detour to failure is when you try to please people.
Everybody, yes.
Right? So how do you deal with, how do you sort of keep yourself away from that trap?
Well, I've always had these lots of sayings that I keep picking up from books and all. So it's like these great minds talking to me almost like friends. And I do remember some musician, I think, he says, I don't know the secret to success, but I know there's a secret to failure is trying to please everybody. And that is a very, 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 very deep thought. As a musician, as any kind of artist, you have to know that whatever you do, there's going to be, you know, lots of people who like what you do, and there's going to be lots of people who don't like what you do. So you kind of, how I reason, how I see through the entire thing is that I look at people, fans, and I say that they are not fans of you, they are fans of something that you have done, which is why I'm saying it's the work that's important. Yeah, you need to disconnect yourself from the work, and when somebody says, I love you, you need to understand that they're saying, I love your work. Okay, and that's easier to handle because then fans feel that you're representing them. And they connect with the work because you've sung their song. Yeah, and when some fan is upset with you, it's because he felt that you could have represented him, but you chose not to, or you didn't do that. So these are the two types of reactions that you get from. Then there's somebody who's indifferent. He never really cared about you, doesn't even care. So you don't need to worry about that person at all. But there are only two types of people otherwise who are involved in your music. The people who say that, wow, you have represented me with what you have done. So you should understand that that fan is saying that you have represented me. Whether he knows it or not, subconsciously that's his reaction to the whole thing. And he might say, no, you didn't represent me. And that's fine. I cannot please everybody. I'm not there to please anybody. But with every song that I make, I want to please myself. It makes a big difference.
You know, and once in a while, a song comes out and it sort of shuts everybody up. I know this for sure because I introduced your song La Petit Mort to some of my friends. And,
okay.
You know, they'd not listened to much of you before. Which is a sort of a healer for a critic as well. Because you listen to a beautiful song and you don't want to judge any further because it's touched you in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can we have that?
I should play that song. La Petit Mort, interesting story. It's the French word for the little death. Or, which is what the French call an orgasm. And I had gone for a show where there was we had played with Opeth, which is a huge death metal band, and I realized that they were singing most of their songs that were about death, and I was like, wow, how can you sing about death like that? I said, if you can sing about love songs, millions of love songs, then you can also sing about death. Yeah. So I said, I should also write a death metal song. So I went and wrote a death song.
Pleasurable death.
Yeah, pleasure. Then halfway my mind turned a little, it tripped. And I said, you know what, let me sing about, death as a man who is actually waiting for death to come to him. Yeah. You can listen to the song like that. Or as a man waiting for his woman to come to him and to give him the little death. So this is La Petit Mort. She whispers, come Come with me. I'll wash all your troubles away. I immerse myself in hope, surrender. Death is a rapture, and in a rapture I am away. Flow with me to the empty ocean, breathlessly to the moment without end. Guide me back to the sacred mountains. Take me to where the heavens are end. Put out the light in my eyes. Answer my prayer, waste me away. Put out the light in my eyes, pull me in deep, hold me and sway. Triggers hold us ransom every time. So heed my cry, oh mine. Atop the mountains, inside oceans, drain me of life, still my mind. Waste me away. Put out the light in my eyes, pull me and put out the light in my eyes. Help me die to this day. Waste me away. Put out the light in my eyes, pull me in deep, hold me and sway. Dun, 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 dun.